EA Sports coverage of the NFL is in Houston, in the Space City at NRG Stadium. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the New Orleans Saints. Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. These folks are ready, and we are underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Lamar Miller. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, Charles, it feels like Lamar Miller's been around the NFL forever, but he's still just going to turn 28 in April. This past year, though, 973 rushing yards, good for 12th in the league. And you know that he's capable of being a 1,000-yard runner year in and year out, save for some injuries and maybe utilizing the pass game a little bit more in Houston. 4.6 yards per carry is a healthy number, and that was his highest since 2014 when he was with the Miami Dolphins. They'll come up now, second and 4 from the 31. Watson just beating the play clock. Fuller brings it in over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. Now a first down throw, Watson. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Sheldon Rankins able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From the gun, here's Watson. Underneath for Miller. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They'll give him a yard on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there. They are going for it. Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down. Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation. Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now. And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. He got 29 yards that time. Hopkins this year over 1,000 yards again, 4th time that he's done that in 6 NFL seasons. He had 1,572 to be exact. And that was second only to Atlanta's Julio Jones. And you have to think the return of Deshaun Watson at the quarterback position, taking all the starts this year, that had to help because we've seen DeAndre Hopkins have big seasons with multiple quarterbacks. But have that one consistent guy only elevates his play. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Texans take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. Off the play fake to Kamara, it's Breeze. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kareem Jackson. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
CD, before this next drive gets going, the Pro Bowl took place January 27th in Orlando. 3rd year in a row that the AFC has won, and really the 3rd year in a row where the weather in Orlando has not been too kind. It was ice cold 2017, and then downpours the last couple of years.
Yeah, in addition to...
And this is taken in at the 5. And finally out of bounds inside the 5 at the 4. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one. 43 yards. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, and it's Texans football as we get going in quarter number 2.
Richmond.
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins from 3 yards out, and the Texans will add on to their lead. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Oh, a heck of a move. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Well, as the dust settles for the New Orleans Saints on this season, yes, a lot of disappointment for the 2nd year in a row. But, 13-3, #1 seed for the first time since 2009. Now, they did suffer the first home playoff loss under Breeze and Peyton after 6 wins, but a lot to be proud of this year for New Orleans.
No doubt about it. I mean, that team jumped out right from the word go. Well, let me rephrase that. After a season-opening disappointing loss to Tampa Bay, they ran off a heck of a streak and established themselves as the team to beat in the NFC. The only concerns going forward, will they get everyone back healthy? Remember, Sheldon Rankins, their exciting defensive tackle, got hurt in the playoffs. But the other part is, can they shake off the last 2 years of losses, get that out of their psyche? That crazy Minneapolis loss to the Vikings, and then the controversial non-call in the playoffs against the Rams this year. If they can put that behind them, they'll be a force again in 2019.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Breeze to throw for it on fourth. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Saints' decision to go for it backfires. And this Texans defense stands tall. But with that incompletion, let's look back, Charles, to the NFC title game. We had two excellent conference championship games, but on the NFC side, the Rams winning in overtime thanks to Greg Zuerlein. He had two huge kicks, but that was really overshadowed because afterwards, obviously, everyone... Oh, wide open, complete! And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Watson hitting Fuller with a big one, and even 50 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation. Here's Watson. And too much on that one. It's out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. To throw is Watson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Eli Apple. Well, while we have a second here, how about we get bold and make a couple Super Bowl predictions?
Hey, why not? Let's go ahead and put ourselves on the spot.
Just more fodder for the angry people. What do you think? Who's going to win it? Who's going to be the MVP?
Well, my prediction for this one is the New England Patriots win the football game. They win it 32-30. The MVP... the McCourty twins, Jason and Devin, they both get 2 interceptions apiece, and instead of splitting the trophy, they wrestle for it right there on the 50-yard line post-game, because you know sibling rivalries, one always wants the upper hand.
Okay, that's bold. I'll go Rams on a Greg Zuerlein 44-yarder from the right hash as time expires.
44?
MVP Todd Gurley, 2 touchdowns, 1 catching, 1 rushing.
I like it. You don't like the McCourty thing, though.
No, I do like that. If that happens, you're Nostradamus.
There you go.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw, it's Breeze. Now he's going to throw it back deep over the middle. This is caught inside the 15. And give him a gain of 37. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great play there. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Saints have cut it back within a score. And that one makes it 14-7. Lutz now to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And the Houston Texans, as they come onto the field, obviously their offseason hit a little earlier than they wanted in January, making it to the playoffs, losing to Indianapolis. It was the first time that 2 AFC South teams had actually met in the playoffs when they squared off with the Colts.
And think about how the two of them began the year. Houston began 0-3. The Colts began 1-5. Yet they both finished so hot. The Colts down the stretch, 9-1 in their last 10. Houston 8-2, and end up meeting in the playoffs. And both of them ended up winning on the other.
He's got a man complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
From the red zone now, Watson. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
They'll try to punch it in with Miller. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up second and goal. Looking at this now, you got a couple more cracks here. This close, sneak it.
I don't think you even go into a huddle. Just line up, snap it, and fall in behind those guys into the end zone.
Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Here's Miller. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Lamar Miller in the final seconds of the first half. And the Texans will extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
Here we go. Easy.
The final shot before half for Breeze. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
It's in the game.
And Hill running right through it. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But this is I'm
doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives them a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. DJ Reader in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night.
And that's his 2nd sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Saints are back within a score. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Texans offense now. They get set to start this third quarter. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and get the run game going. This is Miller. And he powers his way up past the 30. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Richmond. Green the line.
And with the play clock running low, Bill O'Brien's going to signal for a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. The Texans on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, Watson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Good job by this defense, and now playing what they call complementary football. Offense scores a touchdown for them, so they come right out, force what should be a 3-and-out, and keep the momentum squarely on their side.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They're going on 4th and 5. They're going for it. It's Watson being chased out left. And it is incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. So nursing a slim lead, and that is the opposite of protecting that slim lead.
All I can think here is that head coach, he knows more about what's going on with his team than we do. He must know something's up. Either he has trouble with his punter, right? He's worried about his defense. There's an explanation in there that we're going to ask for.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him for a loss of 5. They fake the give. Here's Breeze. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And, oh, not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Jonathan Joseph there on the coverage.
It certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And Lutz's kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Now, bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
Watson will bring up the Texans here 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now Watson, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there, almost intercepted. Instead, it's just 2nd down. Well, the upcoming Super Bowl, so many storylines, but one that obviously grabs you. Sean McVay just turned 33 January 24th, youngest coach ever to take a team to the Super Bowl. Double that age for Bill Belichick, who's 66. And, Charles, that's the largest gap between coaches in Super Bowl history.
Yeah, and when you think about it, obviously the age comes into play. But to me, it's more the experience. The number of times that the Patriots have gone to the Super Bowl with Belichick leading them versus Sean McVay's first time in the Super Bowl leading the Rams. Will that game experience come into play at all? But I do like this about Sean McVay. Raised in the game, raised up through the NFL system, no matter how young he might be. Remember, his grandfather was a head coach and a GM in the league. He gets it. He understands. I highly expect the moment to be just fine for him and not too big.
Looking deep for Demarius, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a carry.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Throwing again is Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller with his second touchdown of the night. And the Texans will add on to their lead. And this one through the uprights and good. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Gets around him. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 21. From the gun, it's Breeze. And oh, he coughed it up. And the Texans say they have it. They do.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Richmond.
Following the fumble recovery, Watson. His throw incomplete. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas. And it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun. Caught left side Hopkins. And they'll get this down to the 10. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass.
And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Cameron Jordan, he's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Out of the gun, Watson. Caught here by Griffin. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A 10-yard completion, but still now facing 3rd and goal.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's Watson. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle 3rd of the field where he threw that one. So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but it's still ate up time, got points. So while it's not mission accomplished, it's darn close.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, They've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Breeze to throw. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this. Breeze now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Flush to his right. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Was that a receiver? Yeah, actually it was. It was a running back who was a receiver on the play. Ikey's been spending time in the receiver drills getting his feet down.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked up by Justin Reed. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And Watson's going to throw it here. Oh, look at Thomas wide open. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. Well, not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Watson on 1st down. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he gets it down to the 32. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
A really good pickup of 28 yards. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Again, it's Watson. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Watson looks to throw again. And this is incomplete.
All right, Captain. It's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you kind of run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. And I guess not content to get another 3 here late. They'll try to add 6 more as they go on 4th and goal. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Demaryius Thomas, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Texans will extend their lead.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares?
Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to drop him for his second sack now here tonight. On play action, now Breeze. The catch made over the middle by Ginn. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look